For today's video, I am reviewing the Biodynamic Coffee. Some of you might know I have been struggling with mold toxicity. I've felt terrible for over a year now, and it's been a really tough journey. But with that being said, the reason that this is a brand that I am reviewing is because a lot of coffee actually has mold in it. I know not everybody is aware of that, but that's why it's so important to get organic coffee that is tested for mold and mycotoxins to make sure that you're not getting that in your body, because it can make you so sick. The thing too is that not everybody is as sensitive to mycotoxins as others, but my body has shown to be extremely sensitive to it, where I have just had the worst year, over a year now, of my life. So anyway, that is why I did a bunch of research to find coffee brands that are free of mold, and Biodynamic Coffee is one of the brands that I came across, and we have tested this coffee out now for, I think we've had it for over 6 months now. We've actually finished all 3 of these bags. Probably went through these bags in like 3 to 4 months. Now that we have thoroughly used them, I figured it would be a good time to give you my review about them and just tell you my overall thoughts. And I should also put a disclaimer, these were kindly gifted to me, but I'm not being paid to make this video. Opinions are always honest my own. I just figured it might be helpful if I let you guys know my thoughts on the brand and just tell you more about the brand. So let's get right into it. Their tagline is "No compromise coffee, the cleanest, healthiest coffee you can buy." Biodynamic Coffee is committed to producing clean, mold-free, and organic coffee. Each batch is lab tested for mold, heavy metals, and other biological contaminants. Their coffee is also grown using regenerative practices, so every cup is free from mold, mycotoxins, and grown without the use of harmful chemicals, which I just think is extremely important. A lot of people might not think to get coffee with all of these things in mind, but it's just something that I think is really important to know about, especially now having gone through what I've gone through, because you can get mold toxicity through your food, things like coffee, you can get it from your environment, so many different things, but coffee also can play a role. So if you're sensitive to mycotoxins, even if you're not, you don't want to put mold or mycotoxins in your body. It can really, it's just not good for you. Many coffees that are available in stores are processed in a way that is not as clean. They might have mold or mycotoxins. They're just not thoroughly tested for these things. So that's just something to be aware of. And because of the way that a lot of the coffee in stores is processed, it actually takes away a lot of the benefits of coffee. And coffee can actually have some great benefits for you when it is made in a clean way, beyond just helping you stay awake, when it is pure and free of mycotoxins and harmful chemicals. So immediately, my first impressions when I got these in the mail was that it just smelled so fresh. All of these just smell so good and fresh, and honestly I felt like it just smells fresher than any other coffee that my husband has ever gotten. I am actually not a huge coffee drinker myself, but maybe every once in a while I'll have a cup of coffee. But regardless of that, my husband, I don't want him drinking coffee with mold in it either. And I just don't want mold coffee in my house in general. And I just want to be able to have a cleaner coffee when I do want to have a cup of coffee as well. And this just smelled so amazing right out of the packaging. So I have 3 of their coffees that I'm going to talk to you about today. They do have a variety of different forms available. They have their whole bean form, ground coffee for French press, pour over, filter, drip, mocha pot, medium espresso, fine espresso, and very fine espresso. So it comes in a variety of different forms, whatever you like the best. We got it in their ground coffee for using it in like a filter drip machine. But let's just talk about each of the coffees that we were able to test out. So the first one is their Rubicon coffee. This is their light roast. The flavor profile is delicate and subtle, and the health benefits they say for this is that it is high in chlorogenic acid, which is a polyphenol that may support cardiovascular health. Like I mentioned, Biodynamic Coffee does farming that goes beyond sustainability. It's regenerative to the planet's ecosystem and boosts the soil's natural fertility. It's a clean and holistic approach to farming that eliminates the needs for herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, and chemical fertilizers. So as a result, you get healthy, nutrient-dense coffee plants that produce great tasting coffee. Next is their Rise and Shine coffee. This is their medium roast. This is a rich and balanced and bold flavor. The health benefits of this is that it offers a great source of caffeic acid and also antioxidants, compounds that reduce inflammation and help prevent premature aging. So that's what they say about that one. And then the next one is their French roast. This is their dark roast, and this is a smoky, bitter chocolate and low acidity flavor. The health benefits that they mention for this one, it is rich in phenylenedines, a set of compounds that can help protect the brain from neurodegenerative diseases. Those are the 3 coffees that we tried out. They do have a variety of other coffees on their website as well, but I think these might be the most popular ones that they have. I definitely would say that my go-to would be their Rubicon one, which is their light roast, just because I prefer a more subtle cup of coffee. But my husband really enjoyed all of them. I feel like he typically goes for a medium roast, so he typically would go for this one right here, which is their Rise and Shine medium roast. Now let's talk about price point for this. So they do have an option where you can subscribe and save to get up to 20% off when you subscribe and save. However, I do have a discount code where you can get 15% off if you are interested in trying out this brand. Price point for these, it is more pricey than your regular coffee that you'll see at the grocery store, but again, it is because of all the reasons that I mentioned, all the testing that they do to make sure it's free from mold and mycotoxins and other contaminants, and the fact that it is made without herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, and chemical fertilizers. So that all has a big part of why it does cost more. For a 300 gram bag, it costs $19.95, but if you use my discount for 15% off, it will cost $16.96, so that will help you save some money if you do want to try it out. I will have my link and code in the description box below if you are interested. No pressure, it's just there for you if you want it. It is a higher priced coffee because of the premium quality, the organic sourcing, and the rigorous lab testing that they do, ensuring that it is a safe and health conscious coffee. So that is why they do charge more, and I do understand why. Personally, I do think it is worth investing in a better coffee, because especially if it is something that you're drinking every single day, you want to make sure that it doesn't have mold or mycotoxins in it or other contaminants. You want to be making sure that it is clean and not going to be causing health issues. Besides the things that I already mentioned, I want to talk a little bit more about what is so different about this coffee. Biodynamic Coffee really stands out because of its rigorous holistic farming practices, which focus on regenerating soil health, promoting biodiversity, and building a complete farm ecosystem that results in higher quality coffee that ends up giving you potentially richer flavors, higher antioxidant levels, and also it is free from synthetic chemicals, which I think is really important. Unlike conventional or even just standard organic coffee, Biodynamic Coffee has the Demeter certification. The Demeter certification is the most rigorous certification in biodynamic farming. It ensures compliance with strict guidelines for ecosystem balance and sustainable practices. And the Demeter certification for biodynamic farming actually does require specialized preparations to enhance soil health. It prohibits synthetic pesticides and fertilizers, and it also mandates the creation of a thriving, self-sustaining farm environment. So they do meet that standard, which I also think really makes them stand out. And some other key differentiators is that Biodynamic Coffee has a holistic ecosystem focus where their farms are managed as self-sustaining ecosystems, integrating animal and plant life, and they also use compost to improve improve soil health and fertility. I mentioned that they don't use any synthetic chemicals, which is extremely important. Their certification prohibits any synthetic pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, or fertilizers, which ensures that you're going to be getting a cleaner product that is healthier for both you and the environment. And then also something that is really important to Biodynamic Coffee is that their coffee is higher quality and also has health benefits because of the regenerative practices. That can lead to the coffee beans that are richer in beneficial compounds, like I had mentioned earlier, and potentially improving things like gut health and reducing oxidation, which extends the shelf life of the beans. I hope that kind of puts in summary what is so different about Biodynamic Coffee. I just think it is great. I really appreciate all the testing that they do to make sure it is free of mold, mycotoxins, and other contaminants. This is just going to be a great coffee for anybody who really wants something that is clean and free of those not so good things like mycotoxins and just other contaminants. Great for anybody who wants a mold-free coffee option, but also the flavor itself is great. It just seems so fresh compared to other conventional coffees that you might get at the store. The taste is great, so that is something that I think you get from these as well. I feel like you get an even better taste with these, and I just really appreciate the commitment to quality that Biodynamic Coffee has. I really appreciate their dedication to purity and sustainability. I think that makes this a really worthwhile investment for those who like coffee. So yeah, if you want a mold-free coffee, this is definitely a brand that I would say is worth checking out. Again, I do have a discount where you can get 15% off if you are interested. I will put that link and code in the description box below if you want to try out Biodynamic Coffee, but we have really enjoyed this. This is definitely a brand that I would continually purchase from. If you do have any questions, definitely let me know in the comment section below. But I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you're new here and you're not already subscribed and you'd like to see even more content from me in the future, I would absolutely love it if you'd go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you tune in for my next video.